What's up, everybody?
Howdy ho, Winslow.
What is that?
Yeah, I always say, what's up, guys? We're just changing it up.
Changing it up.
Well, we're talking about some throwback movies and shows today. So, what's that from?
Are you talking about Carl Winslow?
No.
Who's
Steve?
Steve Winslow?
Well, yeah, no, he's talking to Carl. He's talking to the Winslows. Okay, we'll get to that later. We're still in the opening.
Welcome to Hargests on Deck, the podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, it's here. We're back.
We're back.
We say that every time. We're not back.
We're always here. We've never left.
We're not left. It's episode 5, and I'm your host, Brandon.
I'm Ashley.
And we are here to talk.
Yeah. Do we need to tell them what this podcast is about?
Yes. What is this podcast about?
Well, we're still trying to figure that out. But we're just a husband and a wife, two high school sweethearts who fell in love some time ago. It was a warm summer's night and fell in love. And now we have 3 kids. And one of us was in a pop band growing up. I won't say which one, but it was not me. And the other one of us was, what was she doing? We'd love to know. We don't know. She was probably making random videos in her bedroom because she often did that.
Hey, and they were fantastic, by the way. Amazing.
I would hardly say so, but you're too kind. And we're making a podcast now.
Yes, we are. So come listen to it. That's a great, succinct, repeatable thing we should say every single time.
That whole thing.
Yes. So this is the 5th episode. If you haven't seen it or watched it already, we are on YouTube for the video and anywhere that you can get podcasts if you want to listen to the audio-only version. So check us out in all platforms. If you want to see what we are doing in the studio, which looks a little different.
Yeah.
Check us out on youtube.com/Hargests on Deck for all of this.
If you want to see what fancy
outfit? Shirts?
Clothes? Tropical shirt Brandon's wearing today.
Yeah, I tried something new today, and I was asking Ashley, I said, are you sure this is going to work? I don't know how it's going to play on camera. Are you sure? It's a little wrinkled.
It's a little wrinkly. That's the type of fabric we're working with.
Yes.
So.
It's one of those shirts where every time I get it out, it's like, hey, is this shirt too wrinkly? And it's like, yes, it's too wrinkly. Put it back. We don't have enough time to iron it. And then the next time I get it out, it's the same thing every single time. So today I was like,
you gotta give me a heads up. I'll iron it for you.
It's a random. I go in the closet right before and I go, and which one am I picking? Wow. This is what happened. And I said, you know what? I'm wearing it. So wrinkles and all.
Just embrace the wrinkles. That's what I say.
Yes.
Getting in my old age, there's a fly in here. Embrace the wrinkles.
Embrace the wrinkles.
That's what I say.
In all aspects of life.
Yep.
Like I said, we're in the studio. We changed it up a little bit. If you have watched our previous episodes of this podcast, we've got a little fireplace in the back here now.
Yeah, it's a little cozier.
Which, I mean, technically it's always been there, but it's been covered up.
We should make some hot chocolate or something.
We should.
Cozy. Well, it's still summer, so
that's a good.
Really
summer's almost over, though.
It is almost over.
We're getting close.
Wild.
It's very wild.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it's almost the end of summer. How did that happen? Why? Why is time flying by so fast? Why are we getting older? And I don't know. So
yeah. Speaking of the end of summer.
Yeah.
This weekend was the last weekend before we start school with the kids.
That's
next
right.
Week.
That's right.
Yeah.
School's back.
It's back. It's back on. And for those who don't know, we homeschool.
We do.
And now this year we have a 2nd grader, a kindergartner, and a preschooler. So it's going to be a very busy year.
It's going to be very busy.
But it's going to be fun and exciting. Just getting to watch these boys learn and grow. And we start in 2 days. We start school.
2 days.
Yeah.
That's crazy. When you're watching this, they've already started.
We've already begun.
They've already begun.
So pray for us.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Hopefully things go well. The kids are always excited about the first day of school.
Yes.
Hopefully their excitement continues past that.
Yep.
Because I know you and your mom do all kinds of fun stuff to get the first day, get them excited about that. Yeah. At least Mason, because he's done this a few times now.
I know. He always tells me that the first day is the funnest day, but he kind of starts to lose excitement throughout the year. More he starts to lose excitement like by the week 2 actually.
So what do you have planned to make day 1 just absolutely amazing?
The pressure
for the kids.
First off, I have to say shout out to my mom.
Yes.
Leah Radford. Could not do it without her. She homeschooled all five of us kids growing up, and she's the best, and could not do it without her. So she has been helping get everything prepared and ready. Today we got some things just to make lunches easy.
Yes.
We
finally went to the grocery store.
Yeah, I got some food in the house.
Finally.
And we're going to let the boys make their own lunches and pack little, even though we're doing school here at home, just to make it fun and different. We have like brown paper sacks, and they're going to make little lunches and pack them. And so when it's lunchtime, they can get their little sacks out, and we can go eat out on the deck or something, and
that's fun.
Just change it up a little bit.
Yeah, when you're homeschooled, I mean, you don't really go too far. You don't commute very far.
Yeah, you walk down the stairs, and
yes.
Class is in session.
And that does make it a little challenging. I'm so glad that we're able to do this, and that, you're in a position to where you can homeschool the boys. But it does have its challenges, especially in years past when Mason was doing this kind of by himself. Because yes, I know that Beckham and Lincoln had stuff to do, but a lot of times I know Mason would kind of look over at his brothers while he's doing school and kind of feel a little jealous, maybe. I don't know. I'm not there all the time for this, but I feel like he kind of felt like, oh, they get to play and do other things, and I have to do school. So I'm hoping this year's a little different since they're all doing something. Yeah,
we'd always have things to keep Beckham and Lincoln entertained and like learning things, but Mason he just knew his was kind of a little harder and didn't always seem as fun. But Beckham's gonna be in kindergarten now, and he's jumping in on the same curriculum that we're doing with Mason. Yes. So and then Lincoln has his own preschool stuff he's going to be doing. So
I'm just going to throw a curveball in there. What is your favorite subject to teach? Oh. As you being the teacher here. Yeah. What do you like to do?
I would say language.
Language?
Yeah, and it was like English in school was always my favorite subject. Least favorite, by far, math.
Math is not bad. It's
don't let me my kids hear this, but it's bad.
No,
it's great,
fine.
Kids.
It's good. Everything has a definite answer.
No, math, we got to have math. But my favorite growing up and to teach is English, phonics,
Okay.
So yeah.
It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. And I don't know, maybe I'll get to jump in there and help teach some things.
Well, you're going to be the piano teacher.
Okay, good. So. I'm going to teach some music here.
Yeah,
that's right. We are going to do it this year.
We really are. Yeah,
we are. And that's the thing too, homeschooling in all seriousness, homeschooling has been amazing. But there, like I said earlier, some challenges with that. It's also when you have, your kids seeing you as mom and dad, and also the teachers, sometimes it's a little hard for them to focus on that because, I don't know, it's just, kids like to learn from other people a lot of times, and they do pick up from each other a lot. So we'll see how it goes with teaching piano. I'm going to have some help on that using some tools that we'll get. But I'm curious to see how it goes, especially now that Mason's a little bit older. He's 7 years old now, so I'm hoping that it is a little bit easier than it has been in the past. Because we tried to do a few lessons here and there when they were younger, and I don't know, it's just a little challenging early on. So I'm curious.
But they actually want to learn.
They
now.
do,
and
that's
they also
the thing
want to learn
exciting.
guitar.
Yes, that's going to be interesting. I play. Usually when I tell people, when someone asks, "Do you play guitar?" I say, "Well, if you're asking," I usually don't say, yes, I play guitar if it's someone from Nashville asking, because everybody here in Nashville plays guitar. I play, but I'm not,
He plays.
I'm not soloing like a lot of people that I know.
Humble.
I can play some chords. it'll be interesting to teach those because guitar is a little challenging for the beginners on
they can learn I have a
strings.
ukulele. They could learn on that.
Yeah, that's true. They can learn ukulele. That's why I like piano, because it is a little bit easier in my head to teach that, and also for younger kids to play. Plus, I grew up playing piano, I think around their age. I can't remember exactly what year I started, but
I think I started at 6.
Yeah, something like that.
I think I was 6.
Yeah, that's right. We both started playing piano at an early age. That's right. I forgot. Well, you can throw your 2 cents in there as well, because
I'll throw 3 cents in. We'll see how wealthy I'm feeling.
Yeah, you have the same kind of background with piano as well.
Well, I unfortunately didn't keep it up. Well, I did actually take lessons even when we moved here 8 years ago. Yes. I still was taking lessons here, but
I remember taking lessons, not to go on a tangent on piano, but I do remember for me when I was younger, my sister and I, we took lessons at the school we were at, and I remember every morning before school, our mom had us practice before we got up to go to school. And I remember we had to do it at 6 a.m. before school, and one of us had to get up from 6 to 6:30 and practice, and the other one had to go from 6:30 to 7. And we'd always kind of go back and forth on who gets to, who goes first, because if you go first, you kind of go back to bed for a little bit afterwards. But we'd practice in the morning, and I remember not liking it at all back then as far as practicing. And I remember after we stopped going to that school, because we were in Jump5, we started, it was a different chapter in our education, and we had a tutor. We didn't take piano lessons regularly, but I think it was like a couple years after I stopped taking lessons, I picked it back up on my own, because I was like, you know what, I kind of want to try this again. And from then on out, I loved it. So
there you go.
Hopefully the kids love it from the beginning, but we'll see. We'll see.
And I'm excited to, they want to try they've played baseball, and they want to try some other sports. They kind of want to try them all. So we're excited to get them into basketball, and there's flag football for their age. I think that would be fun.
That would be fun. And that's the thing too, it's funny. We thought that one baseball team, because Beckham and Mason were on the same Little League team this year and last year, and I thought that was, a lot when it comes to after school activity and all the different things. It's going to be even crazier next year, because I think Mason and Beckham will no longer be on the same team, because Mason will be in the next one, the 7 to 9 group or something. And then Lincoln's going to be 4 by the time we jump in there. And that is older than Beckham was when he started, so he's going to really want to play too.
He really wants to play.
And this past year I coached, so I'm going to coach next year, and I can't coach just one team, so we're going to go from 1 team to 3 teams next year.
That's what my dad used to do when we were younger. He coached all of us at once, and we'd all have a game in one night, and he'd just change out the coach shirts.
It's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot going on. And then on top of that, other sports. So I got to get my mind ready for multiple after school sports activities.
Get it ready, baby.
Anyway, it's going to be fun. New year, new school year. I mean, it's going to be great.
Yeah. We kind of have one last hoorah, as they say, before the school year starts. This weekend, we took the boys to a splash park that we've been wanting to take them to for a long time.
We did.
Finally went.
It was fun, and we got to do that Saturday. Yeah, and that was good because it was something new, something fun, spontaneous. The kids had no idea. We kind of surprised them. Really, it was also because, like we've talked about in the past, Pancake Saturday is a tradition of ours. We thought we had pancakes for Saturday. We didn't, so we were like, how do we make this up to the kids?
We ate them all at the beach.
We did, and so and we hadn't gone to the grocery store until today. But we said, let's go to the splash park. Let's do something fun, one last thing before we get back into the school year. And it was a blast. We had all kinds of water slides and it was really cool. I enjoyed it. You should have gone out there with us.
Should have.
I know it was hard.
I was
for
there.
You.
I didn't go down the slides.
Yeah,
we were having
understandable. Arthritic pain,
joint problems.
Yes,
but I got to watch, and it looked like a lot of fun. I walked through some of the sprinkler water.
Yeah, by accident.
Well,
yeah, we all.
I did get nailed.
Yeah, we had our suits on. Ashley did not, because she was just going to sit and watch, and she walked out there not realizing that she was walking over one of the jets.
I was standing on top of it. And
right there. I mean, it was like out of a movie. It just shot right up the pants.
So this is great.
It was awesome.
But I dried out in like 2 seconds because it was so hot
really
outside.
Hot. Yes. So, but it was fun. We had a good time. Good week.
Yep.
Good weekend.
So we had a fun Saturday. We also had a good Friday night.
We did have a good Friday night. I totally forgot about that.
It was our family night, pizza night.
Yep.
And we watched a movie. And we watched, so my mom gave me the idea. I told her on Friday, I was like, I don't know what movie we're going to watch tonight with the boys, because I feel like we've seen everything. And she said, what were those movies with the three brothers that we watched growing up? And we couldn't think of it. And then she texted me a little while later, and she remembered. But it was the Lawrence brothers.
Yes. Joey, Matthew, and Andrew. Lawrence.
And they had, how many movies did they have together?
I don't remember, but they were in a TV show together. They did a bunch of different things. But it's fun because our boys, I don't know what their age differences are with the three Lawrence brothers, but it was fun because our boys,
seemed similar.
Yeah,
like,
it was fun because we were telling them like, hey guys, like we watched Jumping Ship, I think. Was that the one we watched?
Yeah, Horse Sense was the one that my mom said. I didn't realize that Horse Sense came before Jumping Ship. Otherwise, we found out on IMDb,
because I was like, I made a joke that Horse Sense was the prequel to Jumping Ship. I had no idea that it was actually true. Because we watched some the DComs, the Disney Channel original movies, and that was one of them. And I made a joke, but I don't know what made me look up on IMDb. But it really was. It was actually, I think, the first movie, because
it was called Jumping Ship.
Jumping Ship was the one we watched.
That was the only one I remember. Yeah. I don't remember Horse Sense too well.
I don't remember.
I remember a little bit of it.
I remember Jumping Ship.
Yeah,
though.
You watched those growing up?
Oh, absolutely.
So it got Brandon and I thinking about like what other DComs?
DComs. That's what they called them back in the day.
Okay. Did we watch growing up? Because we watched so many of them. And then it took me back. What were some of the other ones we were talking about?
Well, there's like
Alley Cat Strike.
Alley Cat. Oh, that's a good one. The boys. We showed them that how long ago?
I guess like a year ago.
It's like, and oh my goodness, they did not stop talking about the bowling movie. Alley Cat Strike was...
so they got a bowling set.
They did. They got a bowling set. They wanted to hear the song over and over and over again. And it's funny, watching these movies nowadays, after not seeing them for years, definitely different.
They're not as good as we remember.
I mean, they're fine, but it was funny just seeing things
like the acting and you found some
continuity things
in Jumping Ship. That was
it was just funny because nowadays everybody's picking over things with a fine-tooth comb, and I like video editing and all that stuff, and I do a lot of that on the side.
You were doing some video editing all weekend?
I was, yes, and so I do that on the side, and so I look at those things different, and I like watching other YouTube channels that talk about that kind of stuff and visual effects, and it's funny. We were seeing a lot of different things, just random things like, when the Lawrence brothers in Jumping Ship, when they landed on the beach after falling down a hill or something, you could absolutely tell they landed on a crash mat or something where it was covered in leaves, and it was one of those things where as a kid you don't see those things, you don't care.
The ground was like squishy.
I mean, it was things like funny. That. It was things like there was a girl that pickpockets one of them early on, and she bumps in, and every time somebody bumps into somebody in a movie, you always want to check your pockets because someone's probably pickpocketing you, and you could tell it's what she was going to be doing, but then she places both hands on his chest like, oh, I'm so sorry. You clearly see them, but the next shot she's walking away holding the wall. It was just something
she's
where
that good.
It was one of those where it's like, oh wait, she shouldn't have done that because the wallet was in his back. It was just funny to me because it was like,
maybe she grabbed it with her toes.
You never know.
You never know.
Little things like that, just little visual effects like
The scene with the water going backwards.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're on a boat and you could tell their boat they're trying to do a shot where they're slowing down the boat or something. And I had to go back and watch, and it's like, wait a second, what was that? I'm assuming they didn't have the shot, and they needed something for it. So I'm assuming in the editor's head was like, we got to have this shot of the boat slowing down. And it was a close up of the water, and you can tell that they slowed it down and reversed it, and that was how they slowed the boat down. But the water's going backwards into the boat. It was just, or into the where the rudder was. It was so funny to me because I'm watching these things as a kid. Again, no one's gonna tell, no one's gonna know. But watching it, it's like, oh my goodness, like that's how they did that. They didn't have the shot, so let's just reverse it, and no one's gonna pay attention.
Done,
so,
fixed.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff like that.
Problem solved.
I know it's funny. Some of that magic is gone when you get into that kind of stuff. But I was poking holes in that all night to Ashley. She was probably thinking, enough, this is ridiculous.
Ruined it for me.
I know, but
what
our
was
kids loved it.
One with the sisters in the basketball movie? Because we watched that one growing up.
Double Team? Double Team?
Oh, maybe so.
I don't remember. I think that's what it was. They're twins, right?
I think they're twins.
I've seen that one, and I think we watched it recently, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I think the boys saw it a little while ago.
Yes, they did. I don't remember watching that one back in the day as much as some of the other ones. I watched like Brink.
I didn't see that one.
I can't believe you didn't see that one.
Yeah, I never
Brink
saw
was a good one. Johnny Tsunami.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw.
Oh my goodness, those are good. Those were like back in the I think it was the 90s. Were those? And those were good. Like we talked about Alley Cat Strike.
There were a lot of them that we watched. I just can't remember them.
There were some good ones. What else? Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century. There's gosh.
There were some of the like throwback movies. Well, they weren't DComs, but like Princess Diaries was one that we watched. Oh yeah, we watched a lot.
Yeah, those were good, and those were like the real movies, and you can tell like they, it was different.
The Lizzie McGuire movie.
Oh well,
so good.
Yes, and it's funny because did you say that one on purpose? Because
I did say it, but I feel like we did watch it growing up. But yes, I did say that one because it has a special place in your heart.
Yes. So for those who don't know, I was in a band called Jump5, and that was one of the movies that one of our songs was featured on, which is really cool. Yeah.
What was the song?
Shining Star.
Okay.
So covered by Earth, Wind and Fire. And that was fun. We actually talk about this in we shot a 20th anniversary, which we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh yeah.
We shot a 20th anniversary special of our first album last year, and it was a blast. We had all kinds of interviews and stuff with the band and with people who are kind of related to the from the record label and from Radio Disney and management, producers, all that stuff. And we actually shared this story on that documentary. So check it out if you haven't seen it. If you ever want to know what Jump5 is, if you're watching or listening to this podcast and you're like, what is this band they're referencing? Go check it out on YouTube. Just search Jump5. But in the Lizzie McGuire movie, one of our songs was featured, and we got to go to the red carpet premiere, which was awesome. We were there, and our producer, Mark Hammond, he did all of our stuff back in the day and was an awesome producer and just all around guy. And he got to do some work for the actual movie and produce some of the songs in the movie as well, beyond just working with us. And one of the songs that he worked on was, what's the song called? Where Lizzie and Paolo sing it.
This something about dreams are made of.
What dreams are made of? What dreams are made of? Yes. And in the movie, if you haven't seen it, it's a classic. Back in the day,
you gotta see it.
Gotta check it out.
You gotta see it. So good.
Lizzie is singing this with Paolo, and Paolo, when you find out, not to spoil it, but anyway. It's not necessarily his voice. It worked out because in the movie, when they're first learning the song, when this 16 or however, this teenage Italian guy starts singing. It's actually Mark's voice. And it's funny because he did this as a demo to send to Disney to say, hey, this is what the song's going to sound like. Record whoever needs to record this as far as the voice. So he sent it off and did that. And he did not realize this until we're at the premiere. We are watching. We just got off the red carpet. We're watching. He got to come down as well and be a part of this event. And we're all sitting there watching the movie. And as soon as he opens his mouth, there's Mark's voice coming out of his. And it was just hilarious because we all recognize his voice. And we're like, oh my goodness, Mark's just standing there going, are you serious? This isn't supposed to be my voice coming out of him. And it was just one of those moments where it was a great story because it was not supposed to go down like that.
That's so funny. I would love to be in the room with the people who decided to go with that. Because they were looking for someone to sing that part.
Yeah.
They're looking for another guy and they chose to just use Mark's voice. And so I just wonder how that, if they heard it and they're like, no, we got to do this.
Well, honestly, I don't want to spoil the movie, but it's been out for forever, almost 20 years now. But it makes sense because technically it's not supposed to be Paulo singing. So maybe that was in their head. They're like, you know what, this works because he's lip syncing. So it sounded great. It sounded great. Yes, it was awesome. But that was a fun thing. But yeah, our song was in that movie. We had some other fun movies. We got to have
Ice Princess.
Ice Princess sang a song on our third record, Just a Dream. So it was song. It's one of those, blink and you'll miss it. Or it
was in background music of like a party or something.
Yeah. What's the equivalent of blink and you'll miss it for your ears?
Well, I don't know. If you plug them with cotton balls, you'll miss it. I don't know.
It is like you said in the background of a party scene. And it was playing in the background, and you gotta listen carefully, but it's there. We got the credits on there.
And then what movie was Freeze Frame in?
Oh yeah, Sleepover. That was a movie called Sleepover. I don't really remember
that movie, but I knew that Freeze Frame was in the movie.
What was her name? She was in the Spy Kids movies. Alexa Vega?
Yep.
Yes. Yep. It was a movie I think with her in it and other people as well.
No, it was just her.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot that was one of the ones. No, it was just her in the whole movie. Yes. There was that one. We had Ella Enchanted, Walking on Sunshine.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We had a lot of them. Yeah, it was fun back in the day. Yeah, just going down memory lane, trying to remember all the ones we did. Of course, Beauty and the Beast. We had we redid the song Beauty and the Beast for their re-release of the DVD. Had a whole music video and everything out there. Lilo and Stitch, of course. I say of course because we actually did the theme song for the TV show as well as Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride for one of the movies.
Which, that still plays.
It does.
That show still plays.
It does. Yes. Thankfully, still get royalty checks from that somehow, surprisingly. So keep watching Lilo and Stitch the TV show. It'll help us out. So. But no, we had a lot of different things out there. It was fun to get to be part of that. We had we were in a Lizzie McGuire TV show, and as far as our songs, so had a lot of different songs there.
Song was in the show.
We had two songs in the show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Spinning Around, and I don't remember the other one, but there was at least two songs in a couple episodes. So
I'm learning new things.
I know. We should go back and watch those.
What else don't I know about you?
Well, here's a fun fact, not to change topics, but we just celebrated 20 years of the album All the Time in the World. Woo! Literally yesterday.
Wow.
Yesterday for us filming.
Should we sing happy birthday?
I guess if that's what you do for a 20th anniversary.
Sure.
It is actually on Saturday, August 13th, for those watching on a later date. It was 20 years, which it's crazy to think. I mean, I know we did the 20th anniversary last year for our first album, but we had more albums after that, and why shouldn't they get recognized for an anniversary?
They should.
So we didn't do a big old to-do this year for that, but it is crazy to think 20 years since that album.
Do you remember recording that album?
Oh, I do. It was, well, they all kind of run together.
Is it All You Can Do?
It's All I Can Do to think about.
Was that song on that record?
What do you think? I want to test your ability here.
Yes. I'm going to say yes.
That was a good
ding,
guess.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes. All I Can Do. It was the Purple album, as a lot of people
That was my
remember.
favorite album.
It was a good album.
All the albums.
I liked it. It was fun. We had some good songs on there.
Yeah, you did.
What was your, not to put you on the spot again.
Put me on the spot.
What was one of your favorite songs from that album? That sounds a really weird way to say that. What was one of your favorite songs of my album?
Well, there are so many.
That sounded super.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This is not on the album. I Love Just a Dream.
Oh, that's so sweet. We'll have to wait till next year for that.
Is that next year?
I think it's next year. 20th
Are we
anniversary.
shaking hands? Okay.
I don't know. It was weird.
But I know it's not on that album. But I do like that one because
that's sweet.
You sing it. Okay. I like Put Me in the Picture.
That's a good one.
I like. Tell me some more.
Well, the sad thing was, I forgot about this, but there's only 8 actual songs on this album.
Can you tell them to me?
There were 3 remixes on this album, which, you know, in my head, I'm thinking,
that's a lot of remixes.
Wow, that's a lot of remixes for one album. And I'm going back going, oh, I remember all this song and that was fun. But then I'm like, 8 songs, that's it. I'm sorry for those of you who listened to that back in the day going, we wanted more.
I liked all I Can Do.
All I Can Do is good. That one had Throw Your Hands Up. That had I liked Forever in My Heart. That one was a good one.
Yeah. They were all good.
There was a Forever in My Heart, Angel in My Heart, both on that record. And then a couple records later there was a song just called In My Heart. So we had a lot of heart songs. So
well, you felt the feelings.
I did. We did. Yes. Wow, this is just Jump 5 hour here on the podcast. I guess so.
But you know what? That's a great hour to have.
It's fun. We had good times. What songs did you guys like if you happen to be Jump 5 fans? And if you're not, go check it out. I'm sure, no, it is still on streaming services, which we got, I remember last year when we were getting ready for the 20th anniversary, that album for some reason was not on streaming services until we started working on the 20th anniversary special, because I was talking to some of the people when we were making it and got connected back with the record label and was like, hey, why is this not on there? Why is it not on Apple Music and Spotify? And thankfully they got it back on there. It was an oversight, and now it is on those streaming platforms. So go check it out if you haven't listened to it. Yeah, it's a good one.
So do you remember filming All I Can Do? That's the name of the album.
Filming it, like, or talking about recording it?
Rewind.
I know. I didn't really answer that.
Yeah. Do you remember recording that album?
Yeah, I do. It did blend in a lot because we had that going on, and then right after that we were recording All the Joy in the World, which was the Christmas album that came out that same year. We had 2 albums come out in 1 year, which I guess is not that crazy because one's a Christmas album and the other one came out, because it came out in August, and then the other one came out not long after for the Christmas season.
Busy kids.
We were. And yes, that one, we did all that at Mark Hammond's studio, and it was fun recording with him. We did all kinds of stuff with them, not just on the albums, but on other songs too, like, you know, Shining Star and other things for, well, actually that one, I think Shining Star, correct me if I'm wrong, for those who know this, I'm probably going to get corrected if it is wrong, but I think Shining Star was actually
nicely.
I think Shining Star was on one of our albums, but we had some songs that were not on albums. We talked about movies like Welcome to Our Family. I think Welcome to Our Family or Welcome. I can't remember what the full song title was, but that was for Brother Bear, the movie Brother Bear. That one was never on an album that we did.
Interesting.
And it's funny because I actually really like that song.
You did it just for the movie?
Just for the movie, I think. And maybe it's on the movie soundtrack. I guess it would be. I don't know why I'm just now thinking about that for the first time. But that one is not on any discography that I can find out there. So I got to find that song somewhere because that was a fun one. We did that. We also performed that at one of the Disney Christmas Day Parade shows.
Yes. I remember that.
It was a good one. But
I think you have a clip of that in the documentary, right?
We do. As another plug, a shameless plug. Go check out that video. We spent a lot of time on it, and it was a lot of fun to do. So an hour of memories. But to answer your question, recording that album was a lot of fun. Like I said,
recorded it in Nashville. Oh, you said
at Mark's studio. And it was good because we had done the first album, and there were some changes on where we recorded and what we did on the first one, and going from that and the success with God Bless USA, which we got to record. Radio Disney asked us to do that right after the September 11th attacks, and they played that song all the time on Radio Disney, and that was how a lot of people got to know who Jump5 was through that, and so leading from that success going into recording the album was a lot of fun. Getting to go on tour with Aaron Carter and the A-Teens and Bahaman and all that stuff from that year. It was a good year that year, 2002.
Sounds like it, but I feel like people would be interested in hearing, and as would I. I'm here to learn. Take us through like a typical Jump5 kid. Why is it so hard to speak?
I have no idea. I have no idea where you're going with this.
Like recording day. Like,
okay.
Like going into the studio to record. Like,
that's a good
take
question.
us through like what that day, a typical day of recording.
Yes.
For a Jump5 album. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
What does that look like?
Yeah. So we usually had school because we were homeschooled. Or we were tutored, I guess. Yeah. And on the days, I guess it was also summer, we were recording a lot of this too. But when we had school, we had to do that as well. But when we were at the studio, a lot of times we would kind of schedule out who's doing what, different songs that we're recording in different parts. And a lot of times it'd be all 5 of us in the studio, kind of waiting for our different turns. So, okay, hey, now it's Brittany's turn, go in there. We're going to sing this part. We're all waiting out in the, there was a little side room to his studio, it was in the basement of their house.
Yeah, I remember what that looked like.
Yeah, which is,
I super random. I shadowed Mark Hammond on Shadow Day.
That's right.
At my high school, we had like Shadow Day where we chose someone to go like follow around for the day, someone who was like in the career that we were interested in.
Yes.
And I shadowed Mark Hammond.
I remember that now.
So he actually, sorry, super random.
No, it's perfect.
The day I shadowed him, he was, Ashley Tisdale was supposed to be in the studio recording, but she ended up not being able to come in and record, but he was editing all day. Yes. Or like
editing and working in the studio
with her song. Yeah. So I got to see him work on one of her songs. She was supposed to be in the studio, but she didn't come in that day.
Was that one of her the Christmas song that she was doing?
Maybe. I don't remember what the song was.
Didn't she? Oh, what was it?
But it was so
someone
cool
would know
to just
this. They'd be like, "Oh, we know exactly what song this was."
Yeah, it was cool to just sit and watch him work.
Yes. Was it Last Christmas? Last Christmas,
it might
I
have
gave
been.
you my heart.
It might have been that song that he was working on. So that was really cool.
That was really cool. I like that she got to do it.
And other super random thing, in case people don't know, Mark Hammond, who we're talking about, his son is Brandon's best friend.
Yes, which is what I was going to go into. Yeah.
He introduced Brandon and I to each other at youth group.
Yes.
So their family, Carter, Mark's son, so their family plays a big role
in our lives.
All of our lives.
Thanks, Carter. We appreciate you.
Y'all are the best.
Yes, that was what I was going to say was being down, it was recording at his house. So while we were waiting to record, when someone was in there in the studio, we were out in the, I guess you would call it a waiting room, but it really was just it was the other room. There was a couch, TV. He always had a little mini fridge stocked with all kinds of stuff. I remember the Stewart's orange and cream. I was just going to say that because
I think I had one when I was there.
That was the one thing that all of us loved. we had that all the time. But yes, that's I remember he had one of those old iMacs that was like the big the blue one that had the big colorful back, whatever, had the circle mouse, whatever, and we play Snood on that.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a game. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. But we would hang out there. But that was where Carter and I, became friends, and we shared a lot of life together there because we were over at their house all the time. So
they were each other's best men at our weddings. In their weddings.
Yes, and so it was a lot of fun to get to be a kid and do that, because I know recording process for people nowadays is, or for adults, I guess it's you go in and record your stuff, but when you're a kid and there's 5 of you and you're going and recording, this isn't normal. You're usually in school or you're doing something with sports activities or whatever, and here we are recording in a professional recording studio, songs that are played on the radio and in movies and TV shows and sold, CDs, not it was before streaming, and that was so cool to get to do that as a kid and get to hang out with lifelong friends. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we didn't really fully understand, I don't think, just the weight of that as a kid. Looking back on it now, 20 years later, it's like, wow, we didn't realize just the impact this was on our lives. You could do it
now.
Oh, absolutely.
Do it again through your eyes now.
Yeah, I would. I would love to see and know what I know now, and get to kind of live that, and experience that. But who knows? Maybe in the future we'll get to do something fun, musically or with video, with this podcast, hopefully, and any future videos. So you never know.
We're in a studio right now.
We are. The studio may be our living room.
Our living room.
It's okay. It's okay. We're still working on our room that we've been teasing for a while.
We do have a studio space.
We do have a studio space that has not been built out yet. We've been teasing that for almost a year since we've moved into this house. So things move slowly in the real world.
Things move slowly. People move slowly.
Well, that is, I think, enough of the walk down memory lane. Come back, for more podcasts, because we'll have all kinds of fun stories.
We've been doing a lot of walking down memory lane.
We have. We'll have more of that though, because I'm sure, because you guys, from what we've seen in the comments, like the Jump5 chats. So check back for more of that. But I think it's a good segue into what we've been doing every week.
Yeah.
We're trying something new every week. If you haven't listened to any of our podcasts in the past, we have been doing a segment where we try something we've never tried before, just to see if we like it, and we want to just be adventurous and try something new. So we're doing that. Some of you have shared some great ideas, which we appreciate. We'd love for more of you guys to share ideas for what we should try next. I think it'd be fun to continue to grow this until it gets to be something crazy. As far as trying something, way out there.
Maybe.
Ashley's not so sold on some of these crazy ideas like skydiving or something. I don't know. I keep saying that. I think I would chicken out.
No desire.
I would probably chicken out. But we do have something today that we picked out. It's a small thing.
It's
something crazy.
It is slightly less crazy than skydiving.
It's this little small doohickey used for the kitchen. We've never tried it particularly, but we never tried it before at all. We saw it and thought it'd be fun to try because Ashley's, we're doing some healthier eating, and Ashley is gluten-free nowadays. And this is perfect. Great for gluten-free diets, as it says on the box here. It's called the Vegetti.
Wow,
is that how you would say that? Vegetti?
As seen on TV.
It is a spiral vegetable cutter, and you've done like zucchini noodles before.
Yes, but I usually buy them already. But this would be cheaper probably.
This would be awesome because you could
not cheap to buy them already spiraled.
I know. You could just get a zucchini and just start, noodling
I feel like
them up.
It depends on how easy it is to.
Yeah, because you may not be able to grip it and cut it. But it says it's great for veggie pastas, veggie salads, stir fry, potato pancakes. I opened it up already we washed it. That's why. But this is brand new out of the box. And it's cool because you got a thin noodle side and a thick noodle side. So,
wow.
I'm bonking the mic over here. If you can't see this, if you're listening on audio only, just check it out on YouTube. This is an interesting segment here. This looks like an hourglass, but we have. Hold on.
Wow.
A zucchini.
What do you know?
We got a
Where did
zucchini
that
here to
come
try. We bought this today just for this. And
because I like zucchini.
Well, yeah, zucchini's great. The boys
I'm gonna eat
are
this
not.
after you do this.
I hope so. I got a plate here to catch the noodles, so we're gonna try this. Would you like thin or thick noodles?
I'll take thin.
By the way, we have no idea. I did not read the instructions because I thought it'd be more fun to try
that
this.
was your first mistake.
Well, I know.
Sir.
I always read the instructions.
Kidding. I never read the instructions.
I always do, but I figured this will be fun just to try it. So, all right, I'm gonna try this here. I think you just stick it in and twist. Oh, I got to do it this way. Ready?
Yep.
Can you see it? Oh,
that looks.
Whoa. Is that working?
That looks.
You want to catch it for me so I don't spill it all over? Is it not working?
Are you doing the thin?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Okay. It looked like it was just one big
You thought it was
strip.
just a thing? Oh, look, it's so easy.
Goodness.
Wow, that's actually very smooth.
Oh, my.
This is...
I think my life just changed.
Wow, look at that. It's actually very easy to do this.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm getting them everywhere. Do you want me to switch over to the thick noodles to see? This is very satisfying,
no,
too.
I like this size.
You like this size? I'm going to hold it up here.
Like a noodle.
Should I try just to see how thick they are, or do you just want to keep going with this? You like
whatever
this
you
noodle?
want.
No,
you
like this noodle?
Want to try it out?
I'll try
for the people. They might want to see. But
oh!
Oh my goodness, that's so weird.
That's so weird. It makes a mess.
But I love zucchini noodles, with, for spaghetti.
Yes.
But use zucchini noodles.
You can't do spaghetti noodles. Okay, here's the thick.
Well, they make gluten-free.
They don't look that
pasta,
much different, but it's a little thicker. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go back to the thin because you like the thin.
It's amazing.
Ashley, this looks like our first successful product here.
And this would cost like $10.
Well,
if you bought it already.
Oh, I know. This literally.
And
it was so. Do you want to try this, or is it going to be too hard for your wrist? You could try it later. It's actually very easy to do this. I am shocked. This is very cool.
Sweet.
I like zucchini.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Our kids are not as well. Lincoln's not a fan of zucchini.
He's not.
He's definitely our.
I actually posted a reel of Lincoln eating squash, like yellow squash and zucchini. If you haven't seen it,
check it out.
Pretty hilarious.
He is yes. He's not a fan.
His thoughts on zucchini.
I think we're down to the bitter end here. That is a plate of zucchini noodles here. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at this.
We're gonna steam these up real
Look at that, guys. If you can't see this, well, you can if you're listening.
I would call it a success.
This is definitely a success. I think this is awesome. I mean, it's gonna save so much money.
5-star rating.
5-star. I think this is a 5 stars for sure. And it was super easy to do. Like that was it was satisfying.
Wow.
So I may start eating zucchini noodles with you.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, I don't want to make any promises. I do like spaghetti noodles.
It'll be cute. We'll Lady and the Tramp it.
Actually, I want to try that right now.
You gonna have a raw one?
Let's see. Is it bad to have a raw one? Oh, that's
no.
Whoa! This is
like
a
a
Lady and the
worm.
Tramp situation here.
Oh.
Okay. Where's the end of it? It keeps going. Oh, we should Lady and Tramp this right now.
We could jump up with this
ready?
thing.
Here you go.
We could. Oh, I don't. What?
Oh, you washed it, right?
Wait, do we have to eat all this?
Come on.
I kind of want to cook it.
This is a one-sided thing.
I want to cook it. Let's make it a little shorter.
It's good. It's yummy. It's actually really good. Well, the veggetti.
The veggetti.
Oh, also I forgot this part.
Oh, it's sitting on your arm.
Oh, it's because it's so long. The veggetti. Perfect, delicious pasta without the carbs. I give it 5 out of 5. Way to go. Way to go, veggetti.
All right.
I'm excited for the As Seen on TV products. I think we should get some more of these.
Yeah. Where do we find those?
Bed Bath & Beyond. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Well, we're going to call it here.
Okay, I guess we're not meeting all the way.
Well, it's too much. You're right. It's too much. That was a solid noodle there.
Whoa.
We lost it. We lost the zucchini. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys being here, listening to our just rambling on.
We like to ramble
on the past, memories, nostalgia. And we'll do more of that, I'm sure, in the future. But please check us out on YouTube. If you haven't already, youtube.com/Hargests on Deck. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to let you know when we post, which should be every Wednesday morning. You can wake up and just have a good old helping of Hargests on Deck. If you don't like to watch our faces and just want to listen to us on your drive-in. Yes. But no, I seriously, I do understand because I listen to podcasts on my way into work. So totally check us out on anywhere you find podcasts. Like I said.
He said, totally check us out.
Totally check us out. I did say that. Apple Podcast. I'm sorry. I am spitting zucchini noodles out of my mouth as I'm talking. So unprofessional. Apple Podcast, Spotify. I can't say that. Spotify.
That's the only place you can get that kind of content is here. Watching people spit zucchini out.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty awful. But check us out. Leave a 5-star rating if you want to, if you feel so inclined to, and that's a rating. Leave a review and let us know what you think of it too. Yeah. Also, let us know in the comments on YouTube, Instagram. We'd love to know what you guys want to hear in future episodes. What topics you want to hear us talk about. We got lots to say. Just want to know what you want to hear. So, but thank you guys for watching. We hope you have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, we will.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Peace.